Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into Podcast Room 303. Introducing one co-host with more nuggets than Chick-fil-A, Nick Morahan. Executive producer until we find someone better, Eric Washington. Nobody really knows what he does around here, Nevada Putnam. And now, the single greatest thing to happen to hosting in history, Jermaine Antonio Colon Mendez. On with the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into Podcast Room 303, episode 293. I'm your host, Jermaine Colon Mendez. This is my co-host. And as always, we have with us the executive producers, the EPE and Nutty Putty. How are you doing this evening, Nevada?
I'm doing well. We are finally out of the sub-zero temperatures, so can't complain about that. So I'm doing pretty good right now.
Someone's on the come up. How are you doing this evening, Eric?
Good, man. Feeling very blessed because found out yesterday that had we not moved, we would have lost all our shit in a blazing fire.
Well, it's
a little sensitive, but yeah, no, it was kind of crazy. It was surreal to get an update that the neighborhood we lived in was on fire. Nothing happened. The apartment complex is still there, but just you think it happens to other people, and you're like, not here. And then sure enough, the area you lived in was on fire. So it's like, oh shit, but all good.
Yeah, definitely surreal. Today's episode, we'll get into head-to-head. Looking pretty good. Spoilers. We'll get into pop culture pick'em, top 5 players who couldn't be coaches. We'll get into blind 5, college football playoff final review, and an NFL playoff update. We have the AFC and NFC championships set. So I did have a question for y'all, but I'm already forgetting what it was. So we'll go ahead and move on here. Let's go ahead and get into head-to-head.
It's popped in here for you guys. Sorry, excuse me. All right, so last week, it's early on in the year. It was only week 2, but a much better week than we normally typically have here when we're all sending in ridiculous parlays.
We need a new podcast motto, dude.
We do. We might. So
Hashtag
Jermaine,
rock with the boys. Doesn't flow.
kind of does.
RWTB, dude.
I mean, too similar to busting with the boys, though, you know what I mean?
Who's that?
I don't know. It's a podcast. I know that. I just don't know the names of the guys on it.
They got a school bus?
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome if it was really like that. No, but it's anyway. We're not going to promote them.
No free pub.
Yeah, no free pub. No. Last week, Jermaine went 2-1. Nevada went 2-1, and I went 2-1. Nick thought he went 2-1, but he forgot he had already placed some bets, so he actually went 1-2.
He went 2-2.
He technically went 2-2, but one of them doesn't count. So that puts me, Nevada, and Jermaine at 3-3 on the year. Nick is 2-4. Jermaine is up 3.67 units. He is our leader.
That means I'm winning both.
Nick is up 0.34 units. Nevada is up 2.67 units, and I am up 3.42 units. So looking a little bit better, a little different than last year's head-to-head. I think limiting the parlays is already starting to pay dividends. So
who would have guessed?
Yeah.
Who would have guessed?
Who would have thunk?
Who would have thunk it? Not me, dude. Not this guy. Look at us.
I love how Nick, I'm pretty sure he sent in, was it Notre Dame on Monday?
Yep.
But he always sends in a Monday bet and then forgets that he sends it and then tries to throw in like a fourth one on Sunday. And Eric's always like, dude, you're tapped out, bud. You're already at 3.
And he's already caught 2 L's on Monday. He took Vikings and Notre Dame. That's back-to-back Monday L's.
Oh, I took the Vikings too. I didn't. I only saw the Notre Dame one, but
yeah, because he had Monday last week.
The week before, he took Vikings against Rams money line, which obviously we know what happened. And then this week he took Notre Dame plus 8.5, which thank you for not missing that field goal. And we'll see what else he takes Monday. I don't know if there's any sports for him to take anymore.
Yeah, certainly not football. But yeah, I don't know what it is with his Monday bets. Is he trying to feel like getting off on a good rhythm or something? Because he's not.
I think my theory is that he's looking at what a good bet is that he thinks one of us is going to put in, so he can beat us to it.
No, the best bet you can make is opening lines.
Yeah.
And typically opening lines are Monday bets. Although the 2 games that he took, those lines were set like forever in advance.
I was like week.
Like a solid week in advance. So, but that's typically what he's doing. He's looking at the week ahead,
trying to get the best juice,
and then he submits a nonsense Monday bet and catches that Ayuk. Yeah, head to head, I'm dominating again. Back to the way it should be.
I wouldn't say dominating.
Dominating. Both categories. What do you want from me, dude? What do you want from me? I'm leading both categories. It's dominating, dude.
All right, Tio.
At least I can celebrate wins. I'm like Eagles. If Jalen Hurts would just throw the football.
Broken record.
That's you. Yes, you. Every week. I don't hate him. All right, dude. Just trade him to me. Just trade him. Just get him out of here so we don't have to hear you bitch about Jalen Hurts. I can't wait till he's off the team. So I don't have to hear them blame Jalen Hurts. It's going to be some other schmuck's fault.
He ain't going anywhere, dude.
Let's go. What?
In his time frame, regular season, he's got the winningest record. Or maybe that was Nick Sirianni. Correction, Nick Sirianni for coaches has the winningest record currently.
Patrick Mahomes lost 1 game.
Yeah, never mind.
I was like,
yeah, Nick Sirianni.
That's because didn't Philly lose like 5 in a row last year at the end of the year?
6 in a row, dude.
Oh, okay, 6.
Yeah. Still though.
And he misses games every year. I'm like, how is this possible?
He gets credit for those wins.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Is that how we do it?
Right here in my heart.
He doesn't get credit for the wins when he's on the field, but when he's off the field,
that's
he
the
gets
media and the illiterate population of Philadelphia.
And bro, speaking of that, player,
I can read the stat if you want.
Go read the stat. Yeah. It's mind blowing.
52% of Philadelphia's adults are functionally illiterate, and 67 are low literate, reading at a 6th to 8th grade level. Almost 40% of adult Philadelphians struggle to fill out a job application, to read doctor's instructions on their medicine, and to help with their children's homework.
And that's a fucking swing state.
And that is directly from Google. So I don't know what that means. But
yeah, because Google doesn't.
but directly from the internet.
That's a swing state. Those motherfuckers are the swing state that dictate elections. Ain't that fucking?
I don't want to get political.
Yeah. That was my first thought when I saw that. I was like, these are the people that vote.
Bro, I did a poll. Speaking of, would you guys rather have 1 Bitcoin or tickets to Taylor Swift?
1 Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather kill myself.
I get more enjoyment out of holding a Bitcoin.
1 Bitcoin is $100K. You should absolutely. You can buy.
You pick the Taylor Swift ticket.
You can buy Taylor Swift tickets with 1 Bitcoin. Like a fraction of 1 Bitcoin, you can buy Taylor Swift tickets. That's what's fucking crazy. No, I put a poll on Instagram. I put a poll and I said, would you rather? And those were the 2 options. 24 people picked Bitcoin. 7 people picked Taylor Swift tickets. I was ridiculed for putting the poll up by a buddy of mine. He was just like, what kind of fucking question is this? Whoever picks Taylor Swift tickets should kill themselves. And I was like, dude, you're an idiot. I was like, do you not know how the world works? Like, if everyone believed in Bitcoin, Bitcoin would be $300K right now. 24/7, dude, at 31 votes. I'm just saying. That's 30%. 30% of people would rather have Taylor Swift tickets than Bitcoin.
Go
ahead.
What if you switch it up and said 1 Bitcoin, or you get 50-yard line, 100 level section for the Super Bowl?
Been there, done that. Give me the Bitcoin.
I bet you anything. We get a lot more Super Bowl.
Been there, done that. Give me Bitcoin.
Yep.
I'm just saying, like
one night with a potential to not even see your team win, surrounded by a bunch of dickheads that you don't even really like. Yeah, give me the Bitcoin.
Yeah, I could just go to Rocky's game for that.
There was one person in the Super Bowl stadium that I liked when I was there. And it was the dude standing right next to me. He's my friend. Everybody else was obnoxious. Both sides, both teams' fans were being outlandish.
No, they were not. Everyone was calm as hell.
Maybe I was the one being
You're
outlandish.
being dramatic as fuck. I was like, yo, and the crowd at the Super Bowl was chill as fuck. The problem was, like 80% of them were not Eagles fans or Chiefs fans.
Yeah,
it was just random fucks, and I was part of that 80%. So I can't really say.
It was wild, but circling back here, just isn't it a little tad bit concerning that anywhere in the United States of America, 52% of the population can't read?
No, yeah, it's definitely.
What are
we?
A
This is
third
why I
world
make
country?
fun of teachers, bro.
Like, come on, man. That's. I mean,
It's like it's teachers' fault. Just low hanging fruit. Blame the teachers. Fucking suckers. Let's get into pop culture pick'em.
it's a
Top 5 players who couldn't be coaches. Today's order. I had it in my head. Myself, Nevada, and then Eric.
sir.
Okay.
Number 1, I'm going to Allen Iverson.
Yeah, he was on my list.
That's arguably the best pick that anybody could have made. So
It's 101, and he has a rant about practice. you imagine trying to have someone accountable on practice. He's like, coach.
when I saw the order, and even if it wasn't the order, even if Nevada was first, I think that. So
It's like, coach, you expect me to show up to practice?
what's the need about practice, coach? Me?
Bro, it's a bad look. It's a bad look. You can't afford shit.
No.
Oh, boy. All right, Nevada, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Tom Brady.
Oh, that was my next pick.
I think obviously he knows the game and stuff like that, but between his drive and just how successful he was, the pressure that he would put on particularly the quarterback, I think they would just fold and he would ultimately just it'd be a train wreck.
How many times have we seen him blow up on the sideline too because someone didn't run the right route or the offensive
breaking Microsoft Surface?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Dude, the Saints made him break like 8 Microsoft Surfaces in the brief time he played this for the Bucks, bro.
Yeah.
He had to take out fucking insurance on those bad boys.
All right. So I was just trying to think of like players that I saw throw temper tantrums. So one of the ones that stands out to me as a kid, I don't even know if he was that big. Like you guys are the baseball guys, but Carlos Zambrano. I remember watching him, and he acted like a 5-year-old dude. Like when things weren't going his way. So I'm gonna go Carlos Zambrano.
It's a deep pull for this list.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna follow that up.
That would have been a 5th round pick for sure, bud.
That's your first round pick, my guy.
With Terrell Owens.
That would have been a good first round pick.
That makes a little bit more sense.
Player I know.
That's the only one you know. Don't you know your boy? What's his name? Damon, Johnny Damon.
Yeah, I know of him.
I know of him.
What you got, man?
I'll go. This one's kind of low hanging fruit because he already tried it, but Gretzky.
Gretzky coached?
Yeah, coached the Coyotes. God awful.
Oh man. Well, he was set up for failure with the Coyotes. I mean,
yeah,
I don't know if they've ever been good.
They were for a minute there, but it certainly wasn't during his tenure.
I'm going Vontaze Burfict, Vontaze, and Meta World Peace.
Ooh.
God, that'd be a fascinating coach, though.
Dude, first of all, both those motherfuckers, dude. You imagine Vontaze Burfict sliding up in the Oklahoma drill at practice. He's like, you gonna get to me? He's gonna concuss his own players.
Yes. No, coach. I'll take the extra laps. No.
I miss your time, coach. I miss your time. You're already sprinting.
Yeah. My next one, I'm gonna go with. I think he'd be a good recruiter with the NILs and maybe the portals, but Johnny Manziel.
Bro,
I don't think that dude understands football. He was just good at it for a flash in the pan there. But with NIL money, he knows money. But as far as the game goes,
Plus, any alcoholic kid who can sling a football is going to go play for Johnny Football.
absolutely,
he's one of the best college football quarterbacks of all time.
Yeah,
saying he doesn't understand football is disrespectful. I mean, we could take a shot. He's an A&M kid, but I was like, I mean, that's a little Eric territory, but all right.
All right. To keep it pushing, I'm gonna go with Ray Rice for my next pick.
Why? He'd probably be a good coach.
No, coaches are supposed to be leaders of men, set examples.
Dude, I'm gonna say this, and not condoning it. I'm just saying we've been hitting women for longer than we have.
Oh my god! And then my next pick's gonna be Chad Ochocinco.
How long do you think that, dude? Because you imagine how lawless it was back then, with like the Greeks and Romans. You overcooked my pasta.
That's why the food tastes so good in those cultures. Years of oppression. Dude.
Who's joking?
It is a comedian's joke. I don't know.
Chappelle, isn't it?
No,
it's not Chappelle. No. It's someone's joke.
Yeah, it's somebody else. Yeah. Oh, Andrew, the fucker from New York. Schultz. Andrew Schultz. It's his joke. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. So Ray Rice, Chad Ochocinco. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. Eric, with your TO and Ochocinco, it sparked one in me, but I couldn't imagine having Antonio Brown as a coach.
That could be that. Honestly, that should be 101 from here on out.
Bro, can we just get a reality show where he is a coach?
Him and Tom Brady together.
Oh, you imagine?
Bring in the ex-wife, see what happens.
Yikes.
And the Muay Thai instructor.
All right, to round out my list, I'm going to take Lawrence Taylor and Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, Shaq could never.
Big diesel.
I mean, his whole knock with Kobe was, you know what I mean?
Yeah. The reason they don't have 8 championships.
My final pick, I'm kind of stuck, but I'm going to go with one. It's kind of like the Brady effect where it's just too great where it's going to get in his own head, but LeBron.
He'll never coach.
Well, I don't think any of these guys will ever coach, but
he wants to be an owner for sure.
Yeah,
and he would be a bad coach.
Yeah, I don't see how he could be able to adjust on the fly like coaches need to.
I don't know. I think he'd be a pretty good coach.
He'd be caught lying all the time.
For the pros?
Yeah. I think X's and O's, he'd be a good coach, but like, yeah, I think he'd be a good coach. I mean, he's got a phenomenal IQ. You know what I mean? Like,
I think the only reason I put him on there was because I think he sees himself as so great that when there starts to be cracks and stuff like that, he would just implode.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure. And
he already blames everybody else around him.
That was what I was going to say. Like, the accountability would be non-existent. So,
right.
I mean, there are things, but I think from a tactics perspective, I think LeBron would be pretty fucking good. But yeah, I think you're right.
I'm trying to picture it, I just don't see it. And with my last pick, I'm gonna go with. I hate to put him on this list because of the battle he's currently going through, but this is he's on this list with love and support. I'm going to go Randy Moss.
I mean, this isn't a negative. This isn't like an awful thing to say. Like,
anytime you're in a list with Meta World Peace, it's a bad thing.
What champions? Meta World Peace.
And it's true. Kobe can pass the ball, dude.
I don't know. I think Moss might be a phenomenal air raid college coach.
Yeah. I was thinking pros, but yeah, I guess.
I don't know if I see Randy.
I just don't know if he has the temperament for it.
That's exactly. I was just like, yeah.
He'll be showboating and dancing when his team's winning, but the minute they're losing.
He's like, that's not my squad.
Yeah,
that's not my squad, dog. You know who I'm shocked didn't make this? And since we're in honorable mention territory, I'll go ahead and say Odell Beckham Jr.
I think he'd be a great coach.
Odell Beckham Jr., I don't think he'd be a very good coach.
I was going to say Deion Sanders, but I don't think he's going to be a good NFL coach, man. I know he's good in college, but he's not going to be a good NFL coach.
Yeah, but we didn't say pros.
I know. That's why I didn't say him, but I want to honorable mention. I don't think he's going to be good.
He's already a good coach.
No. I don't see it.
Yeah, shocker, you.
Fine, Jason Witten or Kellen Moore. No, Kellen Moore never played.
I might, maybe as an honorable mention, I'd have to think about it more, but maybe Barry Bonds.
Yeah. Oh. Isn't he a hitting coach somewhere?
I'm pretty sure he was a hitting coach for a few years.
He's just like, I don't want to paint him as a one-trick pony, but he is just so home run oriented. Like, I mean, I guess that's the game now. It's either strikeout or home run. So maybe he would be fine.
Did you just say Barry Bonds is home run oriented?
Home run oriented? Yes.
I mean, if you take away like his home runs, he's still a phenomenal baseball player.
I know.
Let's see. He has. Let's see. I'm at his stats. He has 762 home runs, 1,996 RBIs, 514 stolen bases, 2,935 hits, 601 doubles.
He had 500 and how many stolen bases?
14.
So Shohei will get that in what? 6 years?
I mean, it depends. They might not let Shohei run
Once he starts pitching?
since he's going to be pitching.
Yeah. I was just kidding, by the way. That's a lot of stolen bases.
Yo, that's crazy. His
Yeah.
batting average is just under 300. What a bummer.
Sucks to suck. He's on a 300 club.
Jermaine, did you send that reel on Instagram about Barry Bonds, the home run record he was setting? And his teammate was talking about like the couple games leading up to it.
Oh yeah, yes, yeah. He hit a home run, and then he was one shy of it, or he was one shy of it, and then he hit another home run at the stadium, and he walked in. He's like, I won't hit another home run until I come back to Candlestick. Right?
Mhm.
It's not Candlestick anymore, right?
I want to say AT&T, but that doesn't sound right.
It used to be AT&T Park.
Sun Life, Truist. Anyways, and then then he proceeds to play the next road sit. It's like 6 games, and Barry Bonds comes up to the plate, and it's like single, double, triple, single, double, single. Like he's just hit all over the park, all over. And he doesn't hit a home run until he comes back to Candlestick, and he's like, "All right, today's the day, boys." He walks into it, and then he walks out and goes, "Boom!" I think his first at bat, he goes yard, and he's rounding the bases. You know what I mean? What can you do when a player is like that? Like, what can you do? Like, as a teammate, you're just like, this is unbelievable.
Witnessing greatness.
Yeah, because that teammate that told the story when Barry said that, he was like, "That ain't gonna happen. You can't do that." And sure as shit, Barry kept everything in the park, and then was like, "All right, we'll do it today." He's like, "You can't just turn it on and then see ya." God.
Oh man! All right, so the lists I had: Allen Iverson, Vontaze Burfict, Meta World Peace, Lawrence Taylor, Shaquille O'Neal. Nevada had Tom Brady, Wayne Gretzky, Johnny Manziel, Antonio Brown, and LeBron James. 3 arguably greatest of all time. Actually, I mean Johnny Manziel, Antonio Brown. Yeah. Nevada just went with goats who couldn't cut it. Eric went with Carlos Zambrano, the wildest first round pick I could have ever. You could have gave me 1,000 guesses, Eric.
You went straight Al Davis first round pick. We're taking a kicker.
Hey man, learn from the best. Man.
Darius Hayward Bay could never be a coach. Terrell Owens, Ray Rice, Chad Ochocinco, and Randy Moss. Let's go ahead and get into that blind 5.
Yep. Let me switch screens here.
Eric, 1 through 6.
Yeah, sure. 1 through 6.
4.
All right. This one should kind of be up your guys' alley. It's kind of the answers might be a little bit long-winded. So I'll give you a hint for the start, but it's award-based, okay? Award-based.
Okay.
So first up is Wall-E and Dark Knight in 2009. I guess we'll just go with that. Wall-E and Dark Knight 2009.
I'm going number 1.
You want to just go one off bat like that?
Wall-E and Dark Knight, Eric. Two of the best movies.
I have a theory about the Dark Knight. If you start it in front of me, I can't walk away until I finish it.
Yeah.
That's how much I love that movie. Now, with that being said, there's a lot of other great movies, dude. But we can go one. We'll go one.
That's a hell of a fucking duo, Eric.
We'll go one.
Can you name me a duo of movies that's going to top Wall-E and Dark Knight?
I could easily, but it's like
In-
I don't
in
know
the
what
sa-
combo
in,
he's
in
gonna
the same
add.
in the same year. Give me two
Oh,
movies in the
dude,
same
that's
year.
too much thinking right now. Nevada, put it at one. We're good with the one.
I'm just saying, give me a duo from a different year that could top that.
I'd have to look at the year, but some of the comedies in the early mid '90s might be able to make a run for it.
I don't.
Whatever movie came out the same year Fight Club came out, and Fight Club.
I just don't think the best comedies came out in the '90s.
Hmm.
Personally,
Interesting. All right,
they're fantastic. I'm just saying, not the best.
fair enough. Next up will be Val Kilmer in Tombstone, '93.
Val Kilmer and Tombstone.
In Tombstone.
So wait, what was
Wally in The Dark Knight or Wally in the fucking Wally movie?
Wall-E, the movie,
Yeah.
and The Dark Knight,
Okay.
and then Val Kilmer in Tombstone.
They all won similar awards, is what he's saying.
I'm not even sure. I don't even know.
Tombstone's one of the best. Doc
Like-
Holliday's one of the best
like-
characters in
like-
the movie. I'm gonna go with 3.
Like I said, it's award based.
3 is
So-
fine. Eric. I don't even know. I don't even know what this list is anymore. Like, all right, bet. Val Kilmer, fuck it.
Tombstone. All right. Let's see here. That was that one. All right. Next up will be Saving Private Ryan.
Now we're back. So it's not a person, although Private Ryan is a person.
Are these movies that won Oscars? Because Wally won an Oscar, Dark Knight won an Oscar, Dark Knight won an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor. Did Tombstone win Oscars?
Was Val Kilmer the lead in Tombstone?
He was the supporting actor in Tombstone. He was Doc Holliday, and I think he did win an Oscar for that, or nominated for an Oscar at least.
All right, Saving
Oh,
Private Ryan too.
What?
Saving Private Ryan too.
Yeah, who's the character we're talking about?
No, we're not. It's just Saving Private. This is why I don't understand the list. So
yeah, we
the
can, go
move-
we can go Saving Private Ryan too. That's
Yeah, okay.
that's
2.
yeah, it's better than Tombstone, but it's got.
I mean,
worse
we're not even picking Tombstone. We're
actors. Is it
picking
movies that
Val
won
Kilmer.
supporting actor?
Anyways, we'll get to the end. Saving Private Ryan too.
Fucking man, it's ignoring me. It's driving me crazy.
Saving
He's on his phone, bro. It's got hits
I'm
text.
I'm trying to pull up stats and info for you when we're ready. So let's see
Okay.
here. Next up, we got Ralph Fiennes in Schindler's List.
Another support. All right, it's got to be supporting actor.
5.
Yeah. Nobody ever enjoys watching Schindler's List.
That's
Fucking nobody. It's
phenomenal movie, but it's a
fucking
one. It's a one time. It's
Yeah.
a one time thing.
It's not a bad movie. It's just it's such a heavy movie.
That's a blind 5. Dude. Movies that can only be watched once: Passion of the Christ, Schindler's List.
You never watch Passion of the Christ every day.
You're crazy, bro.
Bond with my man.
That's
Tennessee.
emotionally exhausting.
Jesus Christ.
That movie.
Not this poser over here pretending.
Second
to be-
coming, baby.
See, you can't even go 5 seconds without blaspheming.
So where'd you guys put him?
5.
5. So we're gonna do like a princess story or some stupid shit.
I think these are all awards that swept the vote. Is what I'm going with. Like there was
Like
not
they won unanimously.
unanimous.
That's the word you're looking for.
Well, swept the vote. It's the same.
One shy of the Chiro.
And that's why I was thinking, is this one because of Ichiro? But we'll see.
I think
Oh,
it's supporting
yeah.
actors, but I don't know how Wally would be a supporting actor, so my pick is stupid.
I was gonna say I don't. Let's not get into the Ichiro stuff. Nick's here to bloviate about the pain of baseball writers, but let's see. And your final one for wrong screen is Michael Clark Duncan in The Green Mile.
Probably should.
Another supporting actor who won.
Probably
An
should have put Ralph Fiennes number 4 on.
You didn't like The Green Mile?
But his performance wasn't better than Ralph Fiennes in Schindler's List.
Dude, he holds a baby rat in his pocket. That's Oscar worthy. You've seen The Green Mile? I'm done with this.
Oh man. All right. Anybody either of you got an idea of what?
Absolutely not, dude. You hit us with Wally, Dark Knight, and then Val Kilmer and Tombstone. I don't even think your list knows what it wants to do, dude.
Yeah, just hit me with it.
Unanimous votes is my last guess.
These are considered some of the biggest Oscar snubs in recent memory.
Snubs.
So none of these guys won?
Correct.
Damn, Val Kilmer should have won for Tombstone. I don't know who he lost to, but he should have won. Maybe I should refrain from saying that until I know who he lost to.
I'm trying to find the article I had for the Dark Knight, and I can't find it, so we'll have to take that one off and just put Wally. But yeah, Wally did not win Best Picture. Let's see, what else was there? Wally for Best Picture. It lost to Slumdog Millionaire. Val Kilmer lost to
that movie's not that good, by the way.
No,
Slumdog Millionaire is not that good.
Let's see, Saving Private Ryan lost to Shakespeare in Love.
Oh my gosh.
Let's see, number 3, Val Kilmer and Tombstone lost to Gene Hackman in Unforgiven.
That was
can't
okay.
really be mad at that.
That was okay.
But Tombstone was fucking great.
It wasn't enough.
And Val Kilmer is the best thing in Tombstone.
I agree, but I mean, Gene Hackman beat him.
I got Dan for the Bokies.
Michael Clark Duncan in The Green Mile lost supporting actor to Michael Caine in The Cider House Rules. And then Ralph Fiennes in Schindler's List lost to Tommy Lee Jones in The Fugitive.
That's inexcusable.
Tommy Lee Jones in The Fugitive is inexcusable?
For what, Ralph? Fiennes?
Fines. She's been saying it the whole episode. My God, where you been?
I tend to tune the bad out because he tunes me out like an asshole. No, I'm kidding. No, I just based on that. I don't know, man. That's crazy. The Fugitive is not that great.
The Fugitive's fire, bro.
Does it have Nicolas Cage?
I mean, if that's the line we're drawing, I don't think any of these have Nicolas Cage.
Man, I'm sure he's in the same private round somewhere. He just popped
He's
in.
the dead body.
If I was an actor, I'd do that. I can actually your set for like a day, just be background something, just throw people
There
off.
are a lot of actors that do that for stuff. I'm trying to remember his name, but he was a stormtrooper in The Force Awakens.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to remember.
No, I got to look it up. It's going to bug me.
Neil Patrick Harris or Sebastian Stan, I think. He's one of those.
Neil Patrick Harris is a big Star Wars guy, so that could be.
It was one of those two, I think. And I could be absolutely wrong because there's so many actors. You know what I mean? All right, so by 5, we got Wally, Saving Private Ryan, Val Kilmer and Tombstone, Michael Clark Duncan and Green Mile, Ralph Fiennes.
Fine, fine. Get it right. Pay attention.
In Schindler's List. Let's go ahead and get into. Oh shit, we're into main topics already.
Yeah.
Look at us.
Nick's not here to bloviate. So.
Oh, dude, if Nick was here, we would have had a 20-minute rant.
We'd still be on the baseball thing.
We wouldn't have got any intros.
Yeah, we'd still be on the baseball writers.
Yeah, we Daniel Craig was the stormtrooper.
Daniel Craig.
And Oracle Park is what
San
Fran plays in now.
Yeah, it's still Candlestick or AT&T. It ain't Oracle. We all know what it really is.
It's like Staples Center is a Staples Center.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm never calling it Crypto.com or
Never going to happen.
Like, no. That's it.
Go catch me at Staples.
Yeah. I'm at Staples, the house that Kobe built.
Yeah.
All right, so college football final review. Ohio State handled business against Notre Dame. Notre Dame kind of made it interesting late on some shenanigans. I think the final score was 34-23.
The exact score.
They added a late field goal to kill the backdoor cover. Devastating news for Notre Dame plus 8.5 bettors, because when they made it 31-23, I was like, backdoor cover. And then
Jeremiah Smith gets 60 yards.
Jeremiah Smith on third and 7. Was it 7 or 17?
It wasn't.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
On a third down,
Yeah.
they decided to play man coverage. On third down, when you need to get the ball back, you play man coverage against the best wide receiver in college football this year. Make it make sense. Like
the guy looks like Julio Jones out there, and they just
Marcus Freeman and Steve Sarkisian both made boneheaded calls. It's on the head coach. I know the DC and Steve Sark actually did call it, but like that's a crazy way to go down. To one-on-one versus Smith.
It wasn't even Jeremiah against Texas, was it? It was Tate.
Jeremiah Smith had one catch against us.
Yeah, I'm saying the guy right before the half that got that stupid touchdown, it was Tate, right? Or
No, Trevion Henderson. They threw a screen to Trevion.
Yeah,
and he housed it for 75.
Yeah. I forgot the player. Yeah.
And then Quintravion Wisner. We decided to run horizontal from the 1 yard line. Sark deserves all the heat for that one, bro. That's a boneheaded play.
All I know is no matter what happened, ASU wasn't there. So
trust me, I've let ASU fans know as much as humanly possible.
Soft ass pussies, all of them.
Bro, they shit talked me and called me soft, and I was like, oh, okay, all right, bet. You about to get an ear fucking.
Enjoy their 1 year fucking glory. They'll be back to the bottom of the barrel soon.
I had them scrambling so hard that they literally were like, "You don't even go to Texas. You don't have a piece of paper." And I was just like, "Yeah, I didn't decide to get into a debt for a piece of paper." I was like, I didn't even use the joke, but I was like, "Dude, I'll pay $3.50 for a newspaper. I will not pay $3.50 for that stupid piece of paper with your fucking name on it. You couldn't pay me money to take that piece of paper." I was like, that's the argument we're using now? That's the scrambling you guys got? Oh, bro, they were in shambles. I was talking with my boy on the side, and he just hits me up. He's like, "Hey, man, send one more photo." He's in the group chat. I was spamming Texas photos.
You don't know who that is. You don't have to. Sounds typical him behavior. I'm not gonna out him, but I know we all know who it is.
You have no clue who it is.
Yeah.
Say the name. Say who do you think it is?
I think it's Jason.
It's not. It wasn't
Lies.
Jason. It was Manning.
Was it?
Yes.
I guess I can respect that.
Exactly.
Fake ass Alabama fan.
The fakest, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, I called them all out. I was like, one of them's a Texas Tech fan. One of them told us this year that he roots for Oklahoma, A&M, Texas Tech, USC, and ASU.
What? No.
He was giving me shit, bro. I was like, what? Oh, I had such a good time. I had such a good time after that win, dude. I bought the Peach Bowl championship shirt just to troll him. I'm headed to Phoenix next month. I'm gonna be rocking that shirt all weekend, dude. I don't care. I'm gonna Febreze that bitch. All right. What are your thoughts on Ohio State, Notre Dame?
The first half was really just snoozer. I mean, it was all Ohio State. I just saw it, but at half, here it is, midway through the third, Buckeyes got a 31-7 lead. And, props to the Irish to at least make it a game. Got it within a possession with 4 minutes left, but too little, too late. Damage was already done. I give props to Ryan Day. We saw what happened with that Michigan game. And it was every Ohio State fan was ready to hang him from whatever rafter they could find.
I'm shocked he's alive, to be honest.
I know. So after that, the win, Ryan Day is the second best winning percentage among coaches who have coached at least 80 college games, FBS games, at 87.5% win percentage. The only person who's got a higher win percentage is Walter Camp from the 1800s at just under 91%.
God damn.
I think from an offensive standpoint, this was my concern going in, but Ryan Day didn't get stuck in his head and try to run the ball with Judkins and Henderson all day. Will Howard had a pretty solid day for quarterback, 17-21, 231, 2 touchdowns, and ran 16 times for 57 yards.
If Jalen Hurts had that stat line, he had a terrible game.
Oh yeah.
Just letting you know.
And then obviously the soon to be, if not already there, the all-world true freshman in Smith, 5 for 88 and a score. I don't know if Ohio State's really going to go anywhere. They're young for the most part, especially at wide receiver. They got
that defense is about to turn over, though.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to every year, though. Every year, people are going to the draft, and they just refill it. So we'll see what next year has in store for them. But I think the game as a whole was just a good all-around team performance for Ohio State. Again, Notre Dame made it a game very late, but again, too little, too late. You can't let the game get that far out of hand to try to win a ship.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's the same thing that happened with Texas. You can't score 7 points and a half and expect to win. You can't. Texas had it right there. But you know what I mean? Like, one big play changes that game, and that's what happened with Texas to end both halves, right? So it was big plays. And it wasn't even the sack, fumble, scoop, score. It was you know what I mean? It was that sideline play on the 1 yard line, which is kind of bonkers. But yeah, I know that Ohio State has a ton of seniors on their defense, and so that'll turn over. And I don't think Will Howard declares, but I do think Will Howard's leaving, isn't he? Yeah, because
played at Kansas State for 4 years. He has to go.
Yeah, because that's not true. If you redshirt freshman year, you can play 5 years. And now we have like dudes playing 7 or 8 years, boys. What was that quarterback matchup? Wasn't it like?
Oh, yeah, I forgot what it was.
Cam Rising versus
somebody else,
and it was like 29 versus 28, 8 years versus 7 years. Neither of them actually played a full season because they're always injured.
20 years of college football experience combined.
Go be a coach. Go be Applewhite.
So look, as a Notre Dame fan, you're probably pretty disappointed. But for them to basically hold Ohio State, did Ohio State had 31.5, or did they score in the third quarter?
Let me double check on that.
But I mean, they
scored.
I know they kicked the field goal in the fourth, but I don't know if they scored in.
So at half it was 21-7.
Yeah,
21-7.
Yeah.
Okay. Man, you got to feel for Notre Dame, but Riley Leonard, they overachieved. They overachieved, in my opinion.
He can't throw a football.
Go look at his stats. It's the same stats that Jalen Hurts get crucified for.
Oh my god, dude, get off of it, bro. They're all the whole thing of We're not gonna do this.
The whole thing of what?
The whole thing is Patrick Mahomes had a similar stat line. Josh Allen had a similar stat line.
But they don't get crucified.
The media only wants to crucify Jalen.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And you as well. You want to
don't.
Homie, you literally tried to blame him for the safety yesterday.
But all I said was I don't like that he holds it too long. Somehow that turns into me wanting him traded off the team.
No, you didn't say that. You said when that safety happened, the defender was in front of him as soon as the ball was snapped.
Get out of there, dude.
See what I mean? The matter cracks me up, dude.
Do some Spider-Man shit. Get out of there,
dude. So I either have to love every single fucking thing about him, or I have to hate every single thing about him. No,
be realistic. If a defender is in your face.
Yeah, well, Lane Johnson, get off your ass.
That's what I'm saying. Call out who needs to be called out.
Lane Johnson, step your ass in. You're crying about your all-pro position. You fucking earned it by letting him get safety. Anyway,
there you go.
Now with that being said, fucking sign arm. Get in
See what I mean?
Fumble it forward. Do something.
So Riley Leonard, 71% completion, 255 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions.
That is whole season stats?
And a 161.4 QB rating. No, this was in the championship game.
Obviously, dude, I'm just being an asshole. because I hate Notre Dame and I hate Ohio State.
And
The
everybody
championship was played the week before. That's all that matters.
Oh, okay.
We are the runners-up, not Notre Dame.
Damn, he beat Georgia with 90 yards passing.
90?
Oh shit, that Georgia game was. I didn't watch that Georgia game. That's bonkers.
Yeah, there was a lot going into those final 2 rounds, the semis, and then the championship game, where it was really like, can Riley Leonard throw the ball this year? Because they didn't have to, really. They didn't have to rely on him throwing the ball because he's such a running threat. And then Jeremiah Love coming out of the backfield is one of the best running backs this year. But yeah, I mean, it was a good game for Leonard and stuff. That second quarter just got away from Notre Dame, and that was really what did him in.
I did want to ask you something, Nevada, talking about it, because you had mentioned it earlier in the year, maybe like 2 weeks ago. Did Judkins help his draft stock with his college football playoff, like the whole playoff tournament performances? Yeah. Because we talked about it. He should not have gone to Ohio State when he was killing at Ole Miss. He did. He took hard hits in the regular season, but then he came alive in the playoffs too.
The biggest game of the year, I just closed it, but he had, I think it was like somewhere in the teens, maybe 18 rushes for like 115 yards, 3 tutties.
Yeah.
Like, you can't do much more than that.
Whatever stock hit he had taken, draft stock hit he had taken, it went back. It came back to the college football playoffs.
Yeah.
So all 3 seasons, he was over 1,000 yards in college. For the championship game, hold on. Oh,
This is
he was
good.
on Ohio.
No, I'm not saying he was bad. It's just he was splitting touchdowns.
No, I just have the
with
stats
Hendricks,
up. As
so,
well.
yeah.
No, I just have the stats up. I'm just giving you stats now. 11 carries for 100 yards, 9.1 average, 2 touchdowns, 2 catches for 21 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he hurt his stock by going to Ohio State, but I didn't think he was going to fall very far because I think NFL teams were going to understand circumstance and understand talent, right? It's not like he looked terrible.
Right.
He could have been a first-round pick,
Right.
and now he's not going to be.
Right.
I don't know. You never know. You never know. Sorry, go ahead. What?
He might be the one-on-one, certainly.
Chaos. Fucking agent of chaos.
Who would you rather have for your respective teams, Travion or Judkins?
I think I'd rather have Trevion.
Yeah.
Change the pace. Nah. I'll stick with him.
Let's go see. I'll go look at his stats. I'll tell you.
The dude he's shown he's progressed every year. He's been very reliable every year, and he's a threat out of the backfield, running it. It don't matter. I mean, I'd take either one, but yeah, if I had to choose one, I'd take Travion.
Yeah, absolutely.
Weiser in blue. That's what I'm taking.
Get the fuck.
And Baxter. Whoever else was on that Texas roster that was hurt.
Bro, that's what's so funny is everyone talks about how good our running backs were and how good our running game was. I was like, dude, we lost 3. Our top 3 running backs coming into the year all had season-ending injuries, bro. Oh man, I don't know, man. I might have to say Quinshon instead, dude.
Because I mean, if you look at career numbers, that Quinshon year that he had last year with Ole Miss was just. It was ridiculous. What do you have, like 20 some odd rushing touchdowns?
No. He had 16, 15, 14 in his 3 seasons.
Pretty freaking consistent.
As a true freshman in the Southeastern Conference that nobody likes anymore because ESPN has made it so toxic, but it's still a pretty fucking banging conference for all those who are already upset that I've mentioned the SEC now on this podcast. He had 274 totes for 1,567 yards and 16 touchdowns.
Jeez.
Each one of those led the SEC.
Not surprised.
So totes, yards, tutties. And in the very next year, he led the SEC in touchdowns, rushing touchdowns, again, with 15.
Nice.
And his freshman year, he led the SEC with scrimmage touchdowns.
I think he'll end up in Pittsburgh.
Quinshawn Judkins?
Mhm.
Dude, it's so hard because
Feels like a Pittsburgh guy.
these running backs, like, I'm just confused on how people are going to value them. So I'm going to have to wait for the combine to give any, like, real opinion. I'm concerned Johnsey is going to get, like, flagged at the combine. I mean, we just saw Cam Scatabo. And Cam Scatabo killed it all year. And Cam Scatabo is going to get killed at the combine because he's going to run like a 4.5. Like, that's 4.5 is slow. You know what I mean? He's gonna run a 4.5 and they'd be like,
6'8" motherfucker.
That's slow.
6'6" is coming behind you.
That's slow, bitch. I'm like, dog, you still ran a 4.5. Like, I don't know if you guys are.
Yeah.
We've just been so blinded by it. Go ahead, Ben.
I was gonna say, off your Genty stuff, I don't know what I'm trying to think of an event or something that would kind of bump his stock down because the dude's a tank.
His height, bro. I guarantee his height.
I was gonna say height, but I don't know if height's really that big of a deal for a running back.
Very Sean Drew, Darius Sproles. Guys have had success, but it's
outliers.
They are outliers. Like, you know.
What's Barry Sanders' height?
5'4".
5'8". 5'8". All right, fuck it. As long as Johnson can come in close to 200 pounds is really what it matters, right? And he looks. I mean, I think Nevada came in here and told us he looks like SpongeBob SquarePants on steroids.
Yeah.
And I mean, Barry Sanders, 5'8", 200. If Johnson can come in, you both said he's going to be taller than 5'8".
No, I said 5'7" and 7'8".
It's lower.
I said 5'7" and 7'8".
No, you did not.
It's on record.
You said 5'8" and 7'8", and Nevada went over 5'9".
I think I went 5'9" and a quarter or something.
He went 5'8" and a quarter, and I went 5'7" and 7'8". But
look at you. Look at you. It's on record.
So if I'm wrong, I will eat crow.
Check the tapes.
I'm not Tom Brady. I'm not hiding nothing, dude.
I don't think it should, but I can't get it out of the back of my head that somebody's going to be like, there's going to be negative. But they do this every year. They're going to trash people just to tear down their stock. It's going to be like, anonymous GM thinks that Johnson's a 6th round pick. You know what I mean? It's like, anonymous GM needs to get fired. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. You always get one of those who always get, like, this year we're going to get one GM thinks Jalen Milrose is the best quarterback in the group. Come on,
dude. You remember the Malik Willis hype train?
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't he supposed to be number 1 overall?
Yeah, there was. I mean, at a point, people thought he might, but no.
People were saying that he would be number 1. I was like, that's bonkers. I was like, that's bonkers.
See, every time we talk about mock drafts, and particularly like people going into the year and then they have the year they have and they slide or something, I always think of Drew Lock because after the year before that college year started, God, when was he drafted? 21, 20, something like that. So going into that year would have been 2019, something like that. His final rookie year.
He was drafted in the 2nd round of the 2019 draft.
19. Okay. So before that fall 2018 college year, bump that up back to the draft. After the draft, 2018 draft, they're, hey, here's what the 2019 draft, who's going to be number 1. Kuiper had Drew Lock as the number 1 overall pick for 2019.
Like before the season started.
Kuiper knows.
Right. It was, he said, hey, this is the way too early draft, but this is how I have it ranked right now. Drew Lock 101. You
got to love how Mel Kiper has so many hits. And he's just done it so long now that everyone's just like, Mel Kiper doesn't know anything. And I'm like, he wouldn't be having a job still. You know who got fired? Todd McShay. Not Mel Kiper Jr.
Yeah.
It's just also talk about being a talking head draft analyst. It's got to be the easiest fucking job in the world. You never have to be right.
Right. It's like being a weatherman.
You never have to be right, Doc.
Just what it looks like. We'll see.
This is my mock draft. At number 1 overall, we have Tennessee trading with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I'm just like, what? You already lost me. You already lost me.
Yeah.
Number 1 overall, we're going to take Kelvin Banks Jr. What?
Yeah.
What? What?
But we love it. But we love it.
We love it when the actual draft happens. We do.
Yes.
Nah, you're right. We do read a fuck ton of mock drafts.
Yeah,
Read
like
6 this year.
that month leading up to the draft, you're just dialed in. You're like, God, here we go.
I listen to like scouting podcasts for rookies and stuff, so I get way too in the weeds. That's why I'm always picking it. I'm picking up like I'm like, all right, who should I go watch? I'll go watch. I'm like, all right, Quinyon Mitchell is legit. Christian Gonzalez is legit. Every year I end up falling in love with the corner. I'm just like, God damn it, dude. Can I pick someone else? Can I pick someone else? This year, look, dude, this college football playoff, and then we'll move into the NFL. Abdul Carter should be the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah. I think that's fair.
That man.
No, he's going to fall to 32 or 31.
Oh, man, he's falling to pick 9, and the Saints is going to have a DN for once in my lifetime, dude. We're going to be able to get sacks, dude. Well, you remember the last time we got sacks? I don't.
Yeah, they got still
Trey Hendrickson?
Too soon, you bitch.
All right. NFL Championship Sunday. Yes.
Eric, you want to drive or
maybe? Nah. So if you guys are watching here on video, you can see we have the odds pulled up for you. For those of you not, we are heading into championship weekend for the NFL. So to give you a rundown, on Saturday, the Washington Commanders went into Detroit and rolled them 45-31, if I'm not mistaken. 45-50.
you talking about the game?
Yeah.
I thought the Lions scored 35.
Whatever. The Washington Commanders went into Detroit and handled business. And on Saturday, the Kansas City Chiefs took care of business against the Houston Texans. Sunday, the Philadelphia Eagles hosted the Los Angeles Rams and won by 6. And the Buffalo Bills beat the Baltimore Ravens by 2.
27-25. Yeah, you're right. 45-31.
45-31. Yeah.
28-22 for Philadelphia.
So that sets up our NFC Championship of Washington playing at Philadelphia. The line opened at 4.5. It's moved up to 6 now. So Philadelphia are 6-point home favorites. The over/under is 47.5. And if you want Commanders money line, it is plus 230. What are you guys thinking about this game?
If I'm the Eagles, I don't want to be in this game.
Yep. Never fun seeing a divisional opponent in the postseason, let alone to go to the Super Bowl. I was looking at the previous games that the two had this year. The first one they had, Philly won 26-18 in Philly. However, Philly needed to score 20 points in the fourth quarter to win. They were down 18-6. Jalen Hurts early in the fourth quarter got them close. Then they got the ball back with about 5 minutes left. Saquon got a tutty, and then 20 seconds later, Saquon gets another tutty. I don't remember the turnover that Philly must have had to get there, but I'm sorry, it wasn't. It was 10. They were up 10-6. It looks like, 10-6 going in the fourth quarter. The Manders were. For that game, Saquon pretty much Saquoned. 26 carries, 146 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jaden Daniels had a pretty pedestrian game by his standards. 22 of 32 for 191, a pick and a touchdown. So that was the first game. Second game was closer. The Manders won in Manderville, 36-33, but they required a 22 fourth quarter performance, including a last second touchdown by Jamison Crowder, and then they threw on an extra 2-point conversion for that one to win as well. So both these teams, whoever wins, I guess really what it comes down to is whoever wins the fourth quarter wins the game.
For that second game, Jalen got hurt in the first quarter.
Yeah, because you got
concussed.
Kenny Pickett's here, who had pretty much the same stat line Jaden Daniels for that first game. Jaden Daniels' second game, 24-39 for 258, 5 touchdowns and 2 picks. And Saquon again did Saquon stuff, 29 carries, 150 yards, 2 touchdowns. I think this is going to be a great game. Again, divisional. You never know. I think these are kind of the scariest ones especially for the favorites. At least neither of them have to try to beat the other team 3 times. So this is really a rubber match. That being said, I'll go over on the points. I think that's fair. I would probably, if I were to play it safe, I'd probably take Mander spread, but I'm gonna go for it and go for the Manders money line just because I think this game could go either way.
Yeah, the Commanders had 5 turnovers in that second game with Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts is playing. It's not close. So it'll be interesting to see. Quinyon Mitchell,
He's playing.
He's playing?
He's playing. What? He's playing?
I can't believe you. You're just saying it. Like, what is there factual evidence?
Proceed. I'll pull it up for you.
He's a limited participant. Shoulder. Just because you're limited doesn't mean you're playing. This guy. He's playing because Eric can't not have him play. That's why. So we'll see what happens here.
He's willing him to play.
Quinyon Mitchell, quote from him: "I'm playing on Sunday." Done.
Oh yeah, because the players never lie.
Whatever. He's playing on Sunday. He ain't giving me a reason not to believe him yet.
Players never lie.
He's playing.
I'll play it. How many players have said that?
All of them.
All of them.
Yeah, all of them, and then they get held out. We'll see what happens. You don't sit out at this end of the season. Give me, dude. This is crazy. I don't really know, man, because this is the problem with all the negative Eagles fans. Like in my head, I'm like, are the Eagles actually good? Because all anyone does is talk shit about this team, but here they are in another NFC Championship game, right? And the sky is always falling around this team. They have 14 wins this year. Or how many wins? 13 wins this year. 14. Fucking bonkers. But the sky is always fucking falling. So I don't know. Does Jaden Daniels make the Super Bowl?
No.
As a rookie?
He has, real quick, I had it pulled up real here. Damn it. In the playoff, there are 2 playoff games. The Manders have punted once. Jaden Daniels has no turnovers in 2 games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That ends on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Okay.
It's going to be hard for him to torch us when their 23rd ranked rush defense has to gobble up our almost 300 yards per rush, 300 yards per game rushing attack. Number 1 in the offense coming in. We have a recipe. Quinyon's playing. And
I can't. If he misses, I'm gonna mess.
bet
with
Eagles money line. Bet Eagles -6. Bet whatever you want. Eagles are going to the Super Bowl.
Don't bet Eagles money line. That's
Super Bowl.
Oh, dude, Eric won't be on the podcast next week. I'm just letting you know, if they lose, Eric won't be on the podcast.
I'll sit here and I'll eat crow all day, but I ain't gonna have to.
Yeah, okay. Let's see this. Let's move into
There's a certain part of fandom where you have to have faith, and I'm putting my faith in this team. Everybody all year saying Kansas City doesn't look pretty, but they win. Well, it may not look pretty in our passing game, but everything else looks fucking damn phenomenal, and we're gonna win the game. Anyway, moving into the next game.
You did shit on your own team all year. Get the
Sunday
fuck
night,
out.
we have Buffalo Bills against Kansas City. Kansas City are 2-time reigning Super Bowl champions. They are 1.5-point home favorites against the Buffalo Bills. The over-under is the exact same as the Eagles Commanders game, 47.5. If you want Bills money line, this one's a lot closer. It's only plus 105.
Kansas City money line
Buffalo.
till proven otherwise. Kansas City money line.
I don't care who the Chiefs are playing. I'm not picking them.
Never bet against the refs.
That's a very good point. And It's funny you say that because it segues into this portion I have here. I don't know if you guys saw this.
Oh no, don't bring it up. Don't give him airwaves. Did you
These-
can talk about old buddy with the fucking hair?
No.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Sorry,
was
I
gonna
thought
talk
you were
about-
good.
I was going to talk about the team, the whole damn team. The Chiefs in the playoffs since 2021. They have 36 penalties. This is all playoff games since 2021. Chiefs have 36 penalties. Their opponents, 66. They have more penalties than their opponent, 0 out of 10 times. And then where's the other one here?
Just Andy Reid coaching, dude. They're the most disciplined team in the history of the NFL. They don't make fouls.
30 less penalties. That's crazy. They were the number one most penalized holding team last year.
I know.
Until the
Here's some differentials for teams in the last 4 postseasons for the Chiefs. There have been 7 roughing the passer calls against opponents on the Chiefs. The Chiefs have committed 1 or been called for 1. There has been 4 unnecessary roughness calls on opponents. There's been 1 for the Chiefs. There has been 11 DPI or defensive holding on opponents. KC has 2. And I know the Chief fandom is going to say, well, they're just a disciplined team. Did anybody watch that game last week? You cannot tell me that there's not something going on and say they're more disciplined. Patrick Mahomes slid feet first. 2 guys went head to head into each other, and they got flagged for unnecessary roughness on Patrick Mahomes. They didn't even touch the guy. Get fucked.
So what you're saying is Kansas City money line.
Yeah, the smart money is KC money line because the Chiefs or the refs will get them there. But I'm taking Bills. I don't care. Bills by $1 billion.
All right, you want to put some money on that?
Don't do it.
Like a head to head.
Yeah, me versus you, $20.
No, because I'm not. I know exactly what the refs are going to do. They're going to fuck over the Bills and keep KC's drives live. Josh Allen's going to go for a 15-yard run or something like that, and they're going to get called back for some bullshit.
As someone once said, gotta have faith.
I would have faith if they would play or call the game the way they should. You all saw that hit that God, I'm blanking on his name.
Are you talking about the defense player?
No, who hit the quarterback in the NFC game.
Jalen Hurts getting hurt? Getting hit? Or
the Lions?
Yeah, I think it was Goff when he got blown up on that pick.
Oh,
I think it was the pick.
Yeah,
helmet
Bobby
to
Wagner,
helmet.
right?
Yeah, helmet to helmet. Unnecessary roughness. No, nothing. Okay, fair
If
enough.
that was Patrick Mahomes, that player would be out of the NFL.
Oh, dude, there was a lot of plays this weekend that I was like, Mahomes would have got that call. The Eagles game, Jalen Hurts, I was like, damn, Mahomes would have got that call. But also, fuck Jalen Hurts, cost me the fantasy championship.
I'm gonna need a lot less negativity coming out of your direction until I do something.
Nah, I don't care. I've been consistent since week 15, and you guys won every game. Like, what am I gonna do? Nothing. Y'all are more negative than me as a fan base.
KC is no doubt Buffalo's bugaboo in the playoffs. I don't think there's any doubt that anybody could argue that. Same like the Patriots were the Colts bugaboo back in the Manning and Brady days. But I think Buffalo feels a lot more confident this go around. They know what they got with Josh Allen. James Cook is, I don't know, it might be one of the most underrated top tier running backs in the league. It'll be interesting to see how Joe Brady and the offense for the Bills attacks a really good Chiefs defense. They always seem to get a little bit better in the playoffs, but you've probably heard it watching the Bills games. They run 4x1 wide receiver sets more than anybody else, and it discombobulates the defense, and they're able to convert I think Buffalo does it this year. And also the Chiefs can eat crow.
So the storylines coming out of this first rookie QB to make it back, to make it to a Super Bowl. Eagles trying to make the second Super Bowl in 3 years. Wait, is it 3 or 4 years? 3 years? Kansas City going for 3, and Josh Allen taking Buffalo back to the Super Bowl for the first time since
91.
Didn't they go 4 years in a row?
Yeah, was that 80s? I don't know.
94? When did it start? I don't know. Anyways, I'll go with 91. Eric said it confidently.
Well,
I think it's the 8 is like 86, 87, 88, 89. So
I don't think I ever knew, so I'm just gonna abstain.
I'll almost guarantee it's the 80s. Maybe. Because they played the Cowboys. I'm going to say 80, 84, 85, 86, 87.
No, it's got to be the 90s. Because they played against Troy Aikman.
They won the AFC in 90, 91, 92, 93.
See, like I said.
I was like 94. I think it's the last year that they made it. I was like, they went against Troy Aikman and Emmitt Smith in one of those Super Bowls. They lost.
Yeah, because when I said they played the Cowboys, I was like, the Cowboys didn't win anything in the 80s, so maybe it's the 90s.
Here's a fun bet. Punt props team to record most punts.
Definitely not the Commanders.
Especially since you guys said Commanders didn't punt. Commanders is minus 120 to record the most punts. They're the favorite to record the most punts.
Kingsbury is trusting the rookie on 4th down, man. They're going for it like 4th and 6, 4th and 5. Like, they're just going for it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You might as well. I mean, you got nothing to lose. It's win or go home.
Yeah, agreed.
And they're the best fourth down team in the league all year.
Yep, they have been, for sure.
Bro, that's a fun bet. Devonta Smith and Brian Robinson Jr. to combine for 150 plus rush and receiving yards. That's plus 300.
Yeah, it's assuming Brian Robinson Jr. is going to rush in our defense.
He will.
Okay.
I just saw Kyron Williams do it.
Okay.
Jalen Hurts and Jaden Daniels to each record 10 plus passing yards in each quarter, minus 105.
I wouldn't take that either.
10 yards, not 10 air
10
yards.
yards passing. 10 passing yards in each quarter.
Oh, hell yeah.
Minus 105.
Yeah. I mean,
how dare I almost get even money? How dare I?
Yeah. Unreal.
No mask off. Each team to score 1 plus rushing touchdowns and 1 plus passing touchdowns, plus 200.
Each team. Well, we know Saquon can. Yeah.
That's actually not as a plus 200. It seems kind of fair because that doesn't seem as much of a lock as you might think it is.
Right.
Any quarter to end scoreless, plus 370.
Now they're saying no team to score in the quarter, not
either team. Neither team can score in that quarter.
Right.
I don't think you take that bet. That's silly.
No.
1 plus rushing touchdown in each quarter, plus 1,300.
1 plus rushing touchdown in each quarter. So you need 4 total.
4 total for the game.
At least.
You need 1 in each quarter.
Man.
Plus 1,300.
I don't think so. I think you're going to get a quarter. I don't know if it's the first quarter or the second quarter where it's going to be like a 6-3 field goal kind of quarter. Or you're going to get like a Zach Ertz passing or receiving touchdown, but no rushing touchdown kind of quarter. Yeah, those are some fun bets.
They're very fun. Each team to score in all 4 quarters, plus 750.
Each team?
That's not going to happen, I don't think.
No, that's just even looking at their previous ones, those first and second quarters, it was kind of a snooze fest. 7-3, 10-7, stuff like that.
Yeah, I was trying to look for more points, for more punting bets, but nobody wants to bet punts. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, it's not that fun.
All right. Final thoughts on the losers of the divisional round. So, do you have any comments for Detroit, for Los Angeles, for Baltimore, or for Houston?
I think the Rams. I don't necessarily foresee them taking a step back, just because we'll see what they do with Cup going forward, but that offense is pretty much staying intact, staying with Sean McVay. Ravens, I don't know. They're kind of like in the Bills situation that the Bills were 5 years ago. And I think they definitely got the people to figure it out. I mean, they would have won that game if Mark Andrews either didn't fumble the football going down to, they probably would have taken the lead there, or at the very least tying the game on that 2-point conversion.
Yeah, I mean, if they would have hit the 2-point that they went for in, I forgot what quarter, second, maybe third, because they went for another 2-point, missed that one as well. Like, Lamar doesn't overthrow a receiver by 13 yards for just the easiest interception of someone's life. Lamar doesn't just drop the football. Like, his arm wasn't hit, his football wasn't hit. He just lets go of the football.
Yeah, I don't know if it was just the cold or what, but he just lost it.
Had to be, right? Had to be.
Yeah. So yeah, they're in a tough spot, but I think I don't know if Zay Flowers would have helped in that game just based on the way it was going, but I think they still need another wide receiver. They've been trying to do that for pretty much the entirety of Lamar's career, but so that's kind of them for Baltimore. Let's see, we got Detroit. I'll save them for last, and then who we're blanking on? Houston. Houston, I don't have any concerns for them. I think it was just, I mean, what do you do when you're playing the game that's hard anyway, and you're getting these bullshit calls going against you?
They looked good. They could have beat that Chiefs team if the refs had called an even game.
Right. I mean, when Joe Buck and Troy Aikman are on TV saying like, "Oh, come on," like that, no, that's not a penalty. You know it's bad.
Troy Aikman cracked me up. He's like, "Oh, come on!" I was just like, "Dog, you're announcing.
you're supposed to be impartial and just state the facts," and he just was like, "You got to be shitting me right now."
He could not believe it, dog.
Yeah,
and I was on his side because I'm like, "What are we doing? What are we doing?"
And then Detroit, mostly because of the news today that Ben Johnson's going to Chicago and then Aaron Glenn's going to the Jets. I don't know. I don't know if these last 2 years were Detroit's best chances, because who knows what the coordination is going to look like. I mean, Ben Johnson, everybody had Ben Johnson as like a wizard for the last 2-3 years. You look at Aaron Glenn's numbers with the defense, they were dead last in the league when he took over the job. Got him all the way to 7th this year.
I don't know if you've heard this. I don't know if anyone's told you or if you heard it while watching the games or anything, but the Detroit Lions had a lot of injuries this year.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, dude. I think they missed a ton of games is what I was told.
Yeah. So I kind of feel bad for Detroit. Obviously, they're still going to have all the talent, and having the head coach is arguably the biggest coach that you need, but I don't know. Ben Johnson did a lot of wonders with that offense. I mean, he made Jared Goff look like a true top-tier quarterback that he was drafted to be. And then, like I said, that defense every year. Basically our entire lives growing up, the Detroit Lions were the laughingstock, and their defense was like, they dress 11 guys on that side, but they don't play. But Aaron
Did I lose you or you lost me? Well, I'm not sure where Nevada went. Bear with us, folks. We're having some technical difficulties. All right, Nevada, I'm not sure if you can hear me. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up here. But I was going to ask Nevada a few questions on who he thinks was going to make. I was going to ask Nevada a few questions. Oh, he's back. I'm not sure where we quite lost you, so we'll just go ahead and wrap this up.
Yep.
Team most likely to not make it back to this round next year.
To the divisionals?
Of the 4 that lost.
Of the 4 that lost.
Houston, Los Angeles, Baltimore, and Detroit.
I think Baltimore's back. Man. I think I'll go with Detroit because I think their division's going to be a bitch next year. So unless they win the division, they're going to be playing as wild cards, and I don't know, that can get pretty dicey. So I'll say Detroit. Houston's going to win their division more than likely, so they just need to win a game.
Exactly.
And it'll be a home game. Rams, they should be in the hunt for Detroit's in the hunt for their division too. It's either the Rams or the Lions for me.
Okay. And is Detroit's window closed?
No, but it got a lot harder.
All right. So that's good. That's going to wrap up today's episode. Thank you for joining us. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Podcast Room303. Follow our sister pod, Revenge of the Pod, on all things social and wherever you get your podcasts. For myself, Jermaine Mendez, for my co-host, and for the executive producers, Nutty Putty, and since we lost him mid-show, he gets no outro. We'll see you next time when you come on down and step into the room.